Yes, it's Admiral Farage and his flotilla of fishing folk who are totally fished off with the European Union. But, shiver me timbers, it's Captain Bob Geldof and the Remain crew, taking no prisoners among the Brexiteers.
You are no fisherman's friend. You're a fraud, Nigel. Go back down the river, because you're up one without a canoe.
Disgusting. Rich people laughing at poor people. They're multi-millionaires, happy to see this industry go to the wall.
All aboard the fast train. But if our destination is out of the EU, the Chancellor and his Labour predecessor Alistair Darling says there'd be immediate tax rises and public service cuts.
Quitting the EU would mean less money, billions less. And as the economy shrinks, so too would the cash that the country has to spend. It's a lose-lose situation for British families, and we should not risk it.
Do you regard this decision to stay or leave as more important than keeping your job?
Because it's not about one politician, it's not about one political career. This is about the future of our country, it's about who we are as a country.
So the Chancellor and Alistair Darling today warned there'd have to be an emergency budget within weeks of a Brexit vote to push through tax rises that could include 2p on the basic rate of income tax to raise £15.7 billion and spending cuts, including on health and pensions, to raise £15 billion, all with the purpose of filling a possible Brexit black hole in the public finances of £30 billion.
Well, the reality is today the Chancellor has done something more irresponsible than any Chancellor that I can ever remember, which is to try and talk the British economy down and to create a crisis.
So if a Tory opponent of staying in the EU was furious with George Osborne, what did the Chancellor's Remain ally think of his budget cut warning?
We would oppose any post-Brexit austerity budget, just as we have opposed any austerity budget put forward by this government.
Boris Johnson leaving today, but to where? Well, he and his Vote Leave colleagues published a roadmap for what would happen if we vote out. There'd be a European Union law emergency provisions bill to take back control from the European Court of Justice over who can be deported for security reasons. An asylum and immigration control bill to introduce a point system to control immigration, and a European Communities Act 1972 repeal bill to formally withdraw from the European Union before the 2020 general election.
Boris will help us.
Crikey, passions could hardly be running higher. It's the question of our age, staying in or leaving, which one helps us to swim and which one makes us sink.